The Chiefs feature maybe the greatest tight end of all time on their roster in Travis Kelce, but let's say they want to add another tight end to learn from Kelce in the upcoming NFL draft. Well, there are plenty of names to talk about. The first guy is probably a little unrealistic for the Chiefs. It's Brock Bowers from Georgia, the number 7 overall player on Pro Football Focus's board right now. Many think he's the best tight end prospect to come out of school in a very long time. You never know how the draft is going to go, but at 32 overall, he's probably not in the Chiefs' range, but lots of other players likely are at the tight end position. How about Ja'Tavion Sanders from Texas? He's the number 2 tight end in this year's class, really wherever you look, and for good reason. This guy's 6'4", 245 pounds, had a nice season last year for the Longhorns. He had 45 grabs for 682 yards and 2 touchdowns. Pro Football Focus wrote that he's a true athlete for the position with all-pro caliber long speed, acceleration, and change of direction skills. They also wrote that he's basically a giant wide receiver playing tight end who can run any route. So Ja'Tavion Sanders is certainly a guy to know. Another one is Cade Stover from Ohio State. Really interesting background with this guy. He was recruited as a defensive player to Ohio State originally, and even played some defense for the Buckeyes at linebacker and defensive end during his career, in addition to playing a bunch on special teams, which is significant. Made the switch to tight end permanently about halfway through his career, and was really good at that as well. Just look at last season. He had 41 catches for 576 yards and 5 touchdowns in 2023. 6 of those catches were contested. That was the 11th most among all tight ends in college football, and he has reliable hands. 0 drops last season for this guy on 51 targets. We'll wrap up with a local product and Ben Sinnott from K-State, a former walk-on for the Wildcats who had a great career for them. Look at last season, really productive, caught 48 passes for nearly 700 yards and 6 touchdowns, all K-State single-season records for a tight end. His 14 forced missed tackles ranked 4th among all tight ends, and it's no surprise that Fox Sports called him a bowling ball after the catch. He's also a great athlete. Kentley Platt does this thing called Relative Athletic Score. You can find it online. It's very useful. Well, Sinnott ranked in the 97th percentile in terms of his athleticism based on that metric. So Ben Sinnott, really, or any of these guys, names to know if you're looking for a player to learn from Travis Kelce this upcoming season on the Chiefs offense.